All right, so we got a 60-minute recovery run on the schedule today. It's a Friday, we got the day off. It's a beautiful morning. The weather's finally turning here in Ohio, so let's get into this hour recovery run. The goal of today's run is to recover, obviously, so it's gonna be super chill, super easy. We had a marathon pace workout yesterday, and we got some more marathon pace tomorrow. And I know we're training for the lead challenge, but I'll dive into why we've got some marathon pace work mixed in for the next couple weeks anyways. So let me tell you what this series is and isn't gonna be. It isn't gonna be highly edited footage, movie quality, editing. It's gonna be real, it's gonna be raw, it's gonna show you all the work that goes into preparing for the lead challenge and ultimately crossing the finish line of all 5 races and getting that pickaxe in August. So if that sounds cool to you, stick around because I think you're gonna like it. Let's finish up this recovery run. All right, that's the workout. Recovery run. We did 1 hour and 7 seconds. We did, hang on, uploading. We did 1 hour, 7 seconds, 6.95 miles at an 8:39 pace. Average heart rate was 134, so we kept it pretty low, and that was the goal for today. Just get the legs moving, get some blood flow into the legs. We're also going to do a recovery bike today. It's pretty nice, it's getting windy, so we might take it outside, we might leave it on Zwift. We'll see how it is this afternoon, but yeah, beautiful morning for a run. Let's go in, get some breakfast, because I am hungry, and then we will discuss the calendar for the year and what this race schedule is going to look like for the lead challenge. But first, coffee and food. There he is. Hi, buddy. Hi, Axel. Axel's been in his cage while I was on my run. He's ready to play now. He's ready to play. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since we've put out some videos other than the race docs that we've done the past couple of months with Tunnel Hill and Leadville. And if you haven't had a chance to check those out, I encourage you to do that. I will link them up here. But I'm coming at you with a new video series that we're going to be working on throughout the summer. It is called Chasing the Axe. Now, what is the axe? And why are we chasing it? We are chasing the pickaxe that is given out to people who complete the lead challenge. Now, what is the lead challenge? It is the Leadville race series. It is completing all of the races in their series. So that includes the Leadville Trail Marathon, the Silver Rush 50-mile run or bike. In this case, we're doing the run. And then the 100-mile mountain bike race, the trail 10K that they do the day after the mountain bike race, and then culminating with the Leadville 100 the following weekend. So I know it seems like a lot, and it is, and I'm super pumped for it. I enjoyed my time at Leadville last year so much, and there was nothing that was going to hold me back from being on that start line again this year. And I'm just super pumped to tackle this challenge and chase the coveted pickaxe that the lead challenge finishers receive. So we have a huge summer of training lined up, and I'm going to take you along the journey. This is not going to be a super high produced, highly edited film series. This is going to be super real. It's going to be super raw, and it's going to give you complete insight into how I train for this. I don't feel like there's a lot of content out there on the lead challenge, and I want to bring you guys along with me in the journey to completing this challenge. So let's pop on over to the calendar, and I'll show you how we got this year laid out. All right, so this is my big ass calendar. If you don't know about the big ass calendar, you should go check out Jesse Itzler Big Ass Calendar. It's one of the best things that you can purchase every year. It gives you all the days throughout the year, so you can see everything that's on your calendar for the year. As you can see, we've got ours pretty much filled out for the year. Axel says hi. He likes to be in all the videos, and you'll see a lot more of him throughout the series. But this is our calendar. As you can see, races, they're in red and purple, because red is our running races, purple is our bike races. So we've already had 2 races this year. We had the Warm Up Columbus Half Marathon on February 1st. Went great, got a PR, awesome day out there. Super cold, but good day. And then we just had the Melting Man 58-mile gravel bike race, which was last Saturday on March 28th. Everything went well. Super cool experience. First bike race ever, like I said. And we have some more races coming up quickly. In 23 days, we will be racing the London Marathon, and I'm super pumped for that race. I've never done a World Marathon Major, and we're going to do our first major in London, which I've also never been to London or anywhere in the UK, so it's going to be epic. Can't wait for it. I don't know what we're going to run time-wise. We've been training for the lead challenge and building a little bit of speed the last few weeks. And yeah, we're probably just going to go for sub 3 and blow up trying. Who knows? Anyways, then we got nothing until June 27th, which is the Leadville Trail Marathon and the first race in the lead challenge series. So going to be a great day. Lily is also running that race, I think. So going to be a great day for us to both finish that race and her complete her first full marathon. So that is on June 27th. And then just 2 weeks later, on July 11th, we have the Leadville Silver Rush 50-mile run, and that is going to be quite a day as well. And then the next day is the Silver Rush 50 mountain bike race. Like I said, you could have picked between these two when signing up for the lead challenge, or you could have done them both. But I opted for the run because I'm a runner at heart, even though, you know, the mountain bike race is probably a little less strain on the body. But that is the following day, which we'll be volunteering at. So remember, always give back to your race communities, because they appreciate it, and it's a good way to serve others. You know, we run these races, and the volunteers are super good. So it's always good to volunteer when you get a chance. So we're going to volunteer the next day while we're still in Leadville. And then we have about a month off, and on August 15th, we will have the Leadville 100 mountain bike race. This is the race I'm most terrified for in this challenge series, because I'm the newest to biking. I just picked it up last September. Been biking quite a bit throughout this year, but still got to develop some skills when I get out on the trails a little bit more and just riding in dirt rather than on roads and Zwift. But super pumped for that race. Super excited to be a newbie. I called this year the Year of the Unknowns because I'm doing so many new things, and this is obviously one of them. So super pumped for that. And then the following day after the mountain bike race on August 16th will be the Leadville Trail 10K. This is the first 3.1 miles of the 100-mile course, and then a turn around and come back. So it is on what they call the Boulevard. So super excited for that race. I'm sure the legs will be a little tired after the 100 miles on the old mountain bike, but should be a lot of fun. Then the following weekend, we will have the Leadville 100 on August 22nd. This will be year number 2 that I've done this race. And like I said, if you haven't checked out our documentary on the race from last year, I highly recommend you do that. I'll link it again up here. But super pumped to be back at Leadville. Ever since I crossed the finish line, instantly I knew I wanted to come back to this race. I enjoyed it so much. The community's unbelievable. The course is so beautiful, and my entire experience at Leadville was just unforgettable. And I knew in my heart, even when I was still in the race, that like I had to come back here every year. So super excited to be back in Leadville for the 100-mile run. And then, as you can see, that will wrap up the Leadville Race Series Challenge. Once we complete all 5 of those races, we will get the coveted pickaxe. And but that's not all, because you do see this nice little bit of red right here. This is the Moab 240. So we are running Moab on October 9th through the 13th. It is my first 200 plus mile ultra that I'll be doing. I'm super scared for it, and I can't wait for it. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be difficult, but I believe with everything else that's on the calendar, I'm going to be prepared for this race. I know I'll get enough work and enough volume in throughout training for this lead challenge, and ultimately culminating with back-to-back, 100-mile bike, 100-mile run, and back-to-back weekends. I know all that volume is going to build nicely, and as long as everything goes smooth and we stay healthy, we should be ready to rock for Moab in October. So that's the calendar, that's the layout. This is what we're working towards right here, and I'm super excited to bring you all along on the journey. All right, so we got our second workout of the day. We did a 1-hour recovery run earlier today, and now it is the afternoon. We had lunch a little bit ago, and we're about to hop on the bike and do a little bit of a free ride. I'll get on the bike and explain what that means. So, a lot of my bike workouts have been just free rides, and I'll just get on Zwift and just kind of feel it out and put out the amount of power that I feel like putting out. So today we're just gonna keep it mainly chill. This is my 3rd bike session of the week, and yesterday I did a nice recovery ride, just around 140 watts. Today I'll probably do a couple small little pushes, but nothing crazy, and just go off a feel, and probably do 90 minutes or so. We have a marathon paced longer run tomorrow, so we don't want to destroy the legs today, but get a little bike time in and keep building the hours on the bike each week. So staying on Zwift today because it is very windy out and there is a chance of rain coming soon. So on the Zwift roads this afternoon, and yeah, got scoop of tailwind, bottle with water, a honey stinger, and my favorite gels on the market right now, Science and Sport Beta Fuels. So gonna stay fueled and pedal away for a while. So let's have a good ride. This training block is very different than anything I've done in the past because of the biking aspect. I never really cross-trained at all in my previous preps for races. I wouldn't even really consider this cross-training since we do have a bike race that we're doing. So it is always secondary to my running, as I said, but yeah, trying to balance the two has definitely been different, but it's been fun to try to fit it all together. So I started working with a coach about 3 months ago, and we were working on right away some VO2 work. We got into some threshold work, and now because of London, we're doing a little marathon pace work. So once London is over, our training is gonna go directly towards Leadville, focusing on the Leadville races, specifically the 100-mile run. So looking forward to that and trying to balance the biking out as well as I can. Probably have to make some adjustments, but so far so good. So it's almost like I'm training for a triathlon without the swimming. So guess that would be a duathlon. Biathlon? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep riding. We are heading up the climb. About 90 minutes in. About done with the ride. But we are climbing this. Once we get to the top, we'll be done. Heart rate been a little bit elevated going up this climb, but still keeping it steady. So almost done. The old Zwift climbs. Nothing better. Almost there. Still 138 heart rate, so not too high. Still staying controlled. And we just hit the top. So that will do it for our ride. Stats for the ride: hour, 35 minutes, 24.1 miles, 181 average watts. Good ride, kept it controlled. Heart rate average probably was right around 128, 130, if I had to guess. Felt good. Felt solid. Got a long run with some marathon pace tomorrow, but that's going to wrap up our video for today. So thanks for tuning in to episode 1 of Chasing the Axe, and we'll see you in the next episode.